I waited all frickin' morning for a setup, and finally we get one, and it just didn't play out. Not a huge deal. I passed up a setup that did play out because I just wasn't sure how much it was going to give us. I had a target of like 20-ish points, and I didn't want to waste my one trade a day on one that was like a 1-to-1 ratio. I would have had to have been risking 20 points to get 20 points, and I would really like to maybe risk 20 points to get 50 or 60 points, or maybe even more. Unfortunately, that setup is still playing out, and had we held on like for a long time, we could have got all those points, but I wasn't sure because that setup was like in the move from the low to the high instead of like at the near the bottom or near the top of the current range, so it's all good. We'll go over that one that I didn't take and then show you the actual trade that I did take that didn't work. It was just close to it, like 20-ish points that we gave up. So taking some of these larger moves, that will be drowned with some green trades in the future. So not a big deal. The main thing is that we stuck to our plan, we stuck to our rules, we didn't jump into any trades prematurely, and yeah, we keep going. Talk to you guys in the comments and enjoy the video. Passed up on this setup. We have a fair value gap. Swings came back, retested. I do think we go up to these highs. We have equal highs up there at 151, so I think we do get up into like the 50s at least, but don't know how much further we're gonna go, and I would rather save my one trade for something that's gonna give us more than 20 points. I mean, we could run up there, but we took out stops down here. My prediction is that we take out stops up here and then reverse. Our missed opportunity back here looked better on the 2-minute, so just makes sense to do this one. Switch this one to the 2-minute as well. So we need this to come up to at least 158, but I mean, there's a fair value gap, taking out 2 swings. I think I'd probably just target around here though, beneath these, into this fair value gap, maybe around 120-ish. But we also need it to come up there before we can even get in. There's a possibility we don't come back up. All right, let's take this. I did sell, right? Yeah. Still think at some point we come back into this fair value gap. It was never really tested. So again, this was a fair value gap, taking out this swing up here. What I'm thinking is we took out lows earlier. We came up, traded up, took out some highs. Then we get a fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, potentially moving back down. But I'm just going to target some of the swings and fair value gaps for exits, not try to hold on all the way to the lows, but also the market might have a different opinion on what it wants to do, so we'll just see what happens. Creating these equal lows, though, makes me think that we go back down there. It's just a matter of, do we go up and hit the highs first? And if we do, obviously we're going to get stopped out, but we'll see. Not looking too good at the moment. Don't think this one worked out. Oh well. We tried. Waited all damn day to give back money. I had thoughts of just not trying anything today. But I really thought that was, I mean, it is a setup and it does make sense. I think so. So I'm not too upset about that. The risk management's there. This is something that's easily recoverable, even though I don't need to think about it as recovering losses. I just need to let the strategy play out. And as we saw yesterday, had I been able to hold on to my original exit, that would have been a 70.75 or something like that, 75 point winning trade. So as long as I can hold on when I have a winning trade to my original exit, those are going to drown out any losses that we make. But I waited for the setup. I took it. This was just one that didn't work out. I really thought, though, taking out lows and taking out highs, I mean, this was picture perfect for the setup. It was just one of those days where it wasn't going to work out. We also have like FOMC day and all that crap, so it's okay. It's all right. Hopefully you guys didn't get chopped up too bad. There were some pretty decent moves here, depending on your guys' strategies. So I would imagine some people did fairly well. Looking back, maybe we should have just taken that trade and targeted the highs. Maybe taken off some partials at the highs and then see if it continued. We could have got 20 points on a few contracts, like guaranteed, and then a couple up here close to like 40 points. And had we just held on, that trade would still be in play. Buying right there. With a stop down here. So buying there, it would have never been in the red and still in play. I definitely would have not held on to that. Probably would have sold as soon as it started coming back down because we already took out the highs above 150. But you live and you learn, and we'll take that on to the next day. I didn't take it because it was in the middle of the whole move, like between the lows and the highs of the day at the time. We had highs up at like 150, so we were buying around 130, just targeting 150. I wasn't 100% sure if we were going to keep running, but obviously we finally did, and we are. But it's all good because I kept my stop where it needed to be, and that's only however much money. Let's see. Kind of sucks walking backwards, but it's really not a big deal when you think about some of these trades that we've been getting. But yeah, hopefully nobody trades during FOMC. You guys have a good one, and we come back tomorrow.